way over sprung for my weight. Tall seat.
Today's video, I happened to be at Thunder Mountain last second
Brakes.
and to test out the 58mm offset
like
on the Öhlins fork to compare it to my old 46mm offset fork.
It's so high
TJ happened to break a spoke on the very first run, so he also rented a Santa Cruz V10. Now the problem is, this is an extra large bike, so I have no idea how long it reaches because it's got 3 position adjustable headset cups and the suspension is way too stiff. But this fork is also a 52mm offset fork, so everything is a higher offset, and I want to see how it feels compared to what I'm used to. This is the new unnamed jump trail, and it's off to the side on the top of Cat and Mouse. The second jump's a little weird, man. Like, the lip is a little too lippy for how short the distance of the takeoff is, and the table's a little bit on the long side, so it's definitely requires a little more skills to clear it.
I feel like I'm riding a bus.
Now, the V10, I feel like I'm the passenger on this bike. I could barely do anything on it just because the seat is so damn tall for an extra large frame. So, but with the 52mm offset fork, even though the suspension is not compressing or anything like that, it's still quite agile despite the bike. I know for a fact the bike's over 1300 millimeters long, so that's about 30 plus millimeters longer than my current bike.
Yeah, this is... I am not gonna have a good time on this. On the Lone Star. This bike is way too stiff for me.
When I hop back on my bike, you are going to see the difference in how much more I am able to maneuver the bike and manipulate it, pumping, pre-hopping, and everything like that.
No, this bike is way too big for me. The seat, I'm constantly reminded that the seat is like on my ass, yo. I can't even pump properly. Oh, how you like this thing? I was like, I'm not breaking those berms, and then I look back like, oh shit, he's right behind me. So you're definitely faster on this bike than on this bike.
Yeah. I think I'm a size down person. If this was a large, I might like it better.
If the seat was lower, I'd be able to pump it. Yeah, I know for a fact if I go to Lone Star, I'm not gonna have a good time on that. It's way too stiff for me. Right. I felt like I barely felt the suspension move.
I knew it was going to be a long shot, but I was initially planning on trying to get somewhat of an impression on the V10, especially riding it down tech on Lone Star, but obviously the bike was just way too far off on me.
Oh yeah, a bike that fits, that rides better? No way.
The bike had never, ever gone through this section this effortlessly and this fast and this stable. Big difference over here. Probably one of the biggest sections where I noticed the difference on it.
This part is always tricky with the old fork due to the low offset. Yes, the bike is way more willing to change direction here. Oh yeah, it changes direction way better actually. Thank you. Damn. Ooh. That was so much easier on this bike than on Fong's bike. All right. No, this is not, trust me, it's not black. All right, no problem.
Fong chickened out here because it was rated black. I have no idea why they rated this black. The upper section that was blue is way more difficult. And in the end, he ended up riding Billy Badger on his own anyway.
Oof.
This is my second lap down back at the shack, and the first time I got knocked offline over there and almost went into the tree. Second time I was expecting it and I was able to resist it. Now obviously this is not ideal if you're riding a trail blind, you know, could be kind of sketchy. This section on Sleeping Jakes that's exposed and off camera always sketches me out, and usually it feels like I'm about to get tossed off the cliff. For whatever reason, this time it was stable. I don't know if it's the damper that's actually doing its job absorbing the bumps compared to my old Boxer, or maybe the conditions were just better today. I was so focused on riding Tech today that I have only ridden the Gronk once. It's a shame I didn't get to explore other black trails though, so maybe next time.
I didn't even see that one. Broke too much on that one. I cannot clear that one. What the fuck? It's got such a weird compression. I don't got enough speed. Nope. Oh, they put a berm here now. Whoa, that was a crazy compression. Oh, what the? They changed the line here completely.
They reworked Trillium, and Trillium had a couple of really spicy sections inside the forest where the rocks were like in the berm. So I was shocked that when they pretty much lowered the difficulty big time. With how smooth it is, I would rate it even smoother than the flow trails at Mountain Creek.
Yeah, they reworked all of this. It's way easier now. I guess, good luck to Fawn going down Billy Badger.
We assumed Fong went down Billy Badger because we waited for him for a good 10 minutes at this section. And as it turns out, he really did go down. And it wasn't like he got lost. He went down in his own free will. Like, these steeper sections over here used to be peppered with boulders, and it was very tricky to pick the right line. Now it's just a smooth berm. And like I said, all the trickiness of Trillium has been eliminated.
Oh, they fixed this part up. So easy to throw offline now with this offset. I already took the wrong line, but that wasn't too bad. Oh my god, that thing, that roller is crazy steep. Oh. Oh, I went off trail.
The Öhlins DH38 is such an upgrade over the Boxer. It makes riding tech way more enjoyable just because the damper actually works. Now, like I said, I wasn't initially sure I was going to even give the 58mm offset a try, but damn, you know what? I think I like the 58mm offset more than the 46 that came on the bike. But obviously, leaning too far on the other end, on the extreme end, is got some compromises too, like how twitchy the steering is, and even though I rode about 8 laps, almost 20 miles of descending, the fatigue, if it really sets in, could spell trouble. I ended up ordering the 50mm offset, just so that I have somewhere like in a happy medium where I can actually steer the bike with my hips and the bike will be willing to change direction versus just having a line and just setting it. And I noticed that, like I said, with the Santa Cruz V10 with the 52mm offset fork, where that thing was long like a bus, but I was still able to change direction relatively easily. So yeah, I ordered it. I'll try again with the 50mm offset fork, and I think that should do the trick. Thanks for watching. This is a longer video, so if you watch it to the end, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.